Hi guys and welcome. These are your handover videos for your 2023 Bailey Unicorn Vigo. These are essentially a basic run through of how to set everything up as if you were getting to site. Starting off at the front, black hitch head, have that up at the same time as your silver lever, and then wind the jockey wheel down onto your tow bar until this lever snaps back down and it exposes a green ring pushing up that red button. Got a breakaway cable just here which has to go around the tow bar, or if you have an eye point it legally has to be used around that. Towing electrics, it's 13 pin. Anything past 2009 is 13 pin as standard, so if you do have 7 pin adaptation on your car, make sure to bring yourself an adapter. You've got a gas strut operated handbrake. So with these, they do have a little bit of a tendency that if you don't put it all the way back, it might roll back just a touch, so make sure you pull it all the way up. Then you've got a jockey wheel just here, wind that up and down using that, then clamp it into place using that part there. 2 points either side and 2 points at your back, you have your inserts for your legs. Now the Caravan itself comes with a leg winder, or you can get yourself a 19mm drill part and a power drill to speed up the process. Do not attempt to jack up or level the Caravan using these though. These are simply used for stabilisation. Coming around this way, starting off at the front, got your mains lead here, just plugs in nice and simple, and that brings 240 volt power into the Caravan. Then just here I've got a water pump. Water pump pushes into that part there. You've got a plastic cap to go over the top of the acroll. Then you have your strainer at the bottom. Now it's crucial that your strainer sits at the bottom of the water barrel, as otherwise it would just be gasping air through. You push this in, then to lock it into place, press down on the cap, can't be removed. You then have your flue just here. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler. Don't have to do anything with this, except make sure it's nice and clean. Then here, you've got your gas locker. Open this up for a second. There we go. Propane gas bottle in here. Now you can run butane, however you'll just need the correct pigtail for it, pigtail and hose. In-date gas hose just here, connected onto the bottle itself, then connects onto this regulator just here. You can hand tighten that to an extent and then just finish it off, nip it up using the spanner. You don't want it too tight though. Then you just twist the gas bottle in the positive or open direction, and that will begin to feed gas through into the Caravan. Go. Moving along, just next to the axle you have 2 inserts there, and those are where your wastewater will come out of. You'll need some 28.5mm waste pipe to then feed into a waste master that you can then empty out on site. And lastly, your toilet adaptations here. This top one is where you'll feed in your water for your flush tank. Opens up using your key. Flush tank itself can hold around 12 litres. I'd put in around 10 though, as you don't want to overfill it. Then you can also add a little bit of pink chemical which works as a bleach without being corrosive. Then below we have your cassette toilet. Open that up, press in the 2 buttons. Then once this is full, press up on this orange handle, pull out just like so. You can also pull that out a little bit more and extend it up into a little bit of a suitcase. Then once you're at your emptying point on site, twist that head to the side, open up your cap. You want to tilt, and at the same time as tilting, continually press in this button here to vent. What I would recommend afterwards, this is only a recommendation though, this isn't something that you have to do, twist open this part to the side, feed in some fresh water, shut that all back up, a little bit of a shake, and again tilt and vent. Then once you've done that, get your cap. It's got measurements both imperial and metric, and this is for your blue chemical. Blue chemical goes into the cap, back into here, twist it to the side, push and you can set the toilet so that that orange handle sits behind those white teeth, as then it can't be removed without pressing up that handle. Now you don't want to travel with either of these two full, so just to the side here you've got this bung. Open up that bung and it will drain off the remaining water inside the flush tank. Underneath your right hand side bed you have first your boiler just here, and then at the back you have that little yellow switch. When it's in the horizontal position as it is now, that means that it's allowing water to flow through into the boiler, and then when it's in the vertical position it's in drain mode. We will have drained off the caravan for you before you leave, and more than likely I've left it in the upright position, so just double check before you come to use it. And then underneath your fridge you have both your trips all in the upright position and your fuses all in the correct position, all in there. I'd always recommend for you to carry a few extra fuses with you just in case one blows. Then here we have your main control panel. You have your main on and off switch just here. Then you've got your lighting for inside the caravan on this button just here. Your awning light, press that in. You can see your awning light on there. Then you can see the amount of power coming into the caravan by pressing in this button and holding. And then you have your pump button. Press in on your pump button and that will begin to push through the water to your taps. Then what you do is first pause the video because there's music playing. Come over to your tap, open on both cold and hot. And what you're looking for is a nice steady continuous stream. If there are any coughs and splutters, go outside, check your X roll, make sure you've got enough water inside, and make sure that the pipe itself isn't kinked up. Then once both of those are done, you know that the water's working nice and good for you. So just a quick summary to go back: main on and off switch, internal lights, awning light, water pump and battery level. Then here we have your outer wet central heating. So this is for your heating and your hot water even. Turn that on by pressing it in. Comes up, says elder. And then first up you have the internal temperature of the caravan. So whatever you set this to is what temperature the caravan will get to. Goes up to a maximum of 30 and starts at 5 degrees. You can also press and hold and it will gradually go down. Press menu here. This first one is what we were just on. Then you have energy. So this is how you're actually using the energy to heat it and use for hot water. So you can either use strictly gas by pressing in just here, 1 kilowatt of electric, 2 kilowatt of electric, or 3 kilowatt of electric. Now do be aware that especially if the site is super busy, or some sites just don't have it at all, some sites just don't have 3 kilowatt capacity, so always check beforehand. Or you can use a mixture of both, so gas and 2, gas and 1, gas or 3. So you have a few different sources. Then you've got your hot water. So hot water, you've got two, well, technically 3. You can either have it off like I have now, on, which will get the temperature of the water to around 40 or 50 degrees, or boost. Boost is a 30-minute boost which will prioritize the water over the heating of the internal temperature to get it up to around about 60 degrees. So it's ideal if you're wanting to use a shower in the morning or something like that and get it nice and warm. Then if I press menu twice, I come to additional settings. I'm not going to run through any of these as it's just set up in the correct manner. However, if you'd like to know a little bit more, please have a look inside your book pack. Then go back to this screen, and then to turn off the outer board, press in there, proudly made in Sweden, and off it goes. And here we have your fridge operation. So open it up, you can see no lights on right now. Press and hold on this here, it will flash up and go to its most recent memory, which in this case was mains on full capacity. Open up the fridge again and you can see some faint lights inside. You've got 4 different choices for source. So I press and hold this button here and it comes to the source. I can either run it off mains, battery. Now that battery is the 13-pin electric. It is not your leisure battery. Gas or auto. That A stands for auto. To select it, press in on the square and then you have the amount of power coming into the caravan's fridge even. So 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. 5 being the most powerful, so it's going to chill it the quickest. Then to select again, press in. So now you can see that it's on automatic, and automatic has chose main as the best source to use. The only real other thing to note is for the gas, when you select gas, it will gradually begin to tick in. Then once it's finished ticking, that means that you know it's lit. Whenever it's on, has that little blue icon there. Then to turn it off, press and hold here, turns itself off and no more blue icon. Then here we have your cooker operations. So everything works off gas bar the electric plate. Electric plate, just choose it to whatever gas bulk you want to tap. Everything else, it's a case pressing the dial, twist it to the side, and at the same time pressing the igniter. And this is what it looks like when they're all lit. And you can see nice blue clean continuous flames. Then next to the grill, and you can see the grill, both sides nice and lit. It seems like I'm getting a very sudden burst of rain. And then lastly, your cooker. Then you can see there, cooker all nice and lit. Turn it off, back to the central position. Only other real thing to note, you have to travel with this glass sheet down, as otherwise it's just going to slam down and smash. And don't put it down until all of the burners are cold to the touch.